Hello friends, this is Professor A.K. Sheikh working as Assistant Professor and Head of Mechanical Engineering Department at NB Navle Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I have 12 years of teaching experience and I have completed my ME Mechanical in Design Engineering. In this video, we are going to solve problem number 2 on compound epicyclic gear train. So let us go to the statement of the problem. An epicyclic train of gears is arranged as shown in figure. The number of teeth on gears A and D are 40 and 90 respectively. How many revolutions does the arm to which the pinions B and C are attached makes when A takes one revolution clockwise and D makes half a revolution anti-clockwise? So we have the diagram with the question. Gear A is at center. It has 40 number of teeth. It is engaged to pinions B and C which are connected by the common arm. Further, B and C are engaged to a gear D which has internal teeth equal to 90 in number. And we need to find the speed of the arm when A takes one revolution clockwise and D takes half a revolution anti-clockwise. So let us write the given data. TA and TD is given to us, that is 40 and 90 respectively, and we have to find speed of the arm for the given conditions. So we have the table for solving the problem where we have conditions of motion in the first column, and further we have arm, that is our first element. Then we have gear A, the second element. Then gear B and C are taken together as they form compound gear, as they are connected to the common arm and equally engaged to gear A externally and gear D internally. So they will be having same motion, therefore they are considered to be compound gears. Further we have gear D. Now as per our first assumption, arm is fixed, gear A rotates through -1 revolution. So here we are assuming that gear A rotates with clockwise rotation, therefore we have a minus sign for that. So we have arm fixed, therefore it is equal to 0. Further gear A -1. Now for gear B and C, let us analyze the directions of rotation. So as we have stated in the assumption that gear A is having clockwise rotation, we have anti-clockwise rotation for gear B because it is externally engaged to gear A, therefore it will follow opposite direction. So gear B will have anti-clockwise rotation, and as per our sign convention it shall carry a positive sign. Therefore the speed ratio for the gear B and C commonly it will be plus number of teeth on A divided by number of teeth on B. Further, gear D has internal teeth, and we know that in case of internal teethed gear we have the same rotation as that of drivers. So here B and C are drivers and they are engaging with internal teeth of D, therefore D shall also follow the same motion as B and C, that is anti-clockwise motion. So for the relations for gear D, we have again the positive sign and then TA divided by TB multiplied by TB divided by TD. So A is engaged to B and then B is engaged to D. So we have the ratios for the gears accordingly, and then as TB is common over here, it gets cancelled, and finally for the gear D we have plus sign due to anti-clockwise rotation, TA divided by TD. So in the next step, instead of this -1 we assume -x revolutions for gear A with arm fixed. So what shall be the change in the second row for different elements? Arm will not have any change, it is fixed, therefore it will remain 0. Further we have gear A, it shall have -x revolutions. Further, gear B and C, they will have the plus sign, but there will be a multiplication by x. Further, for gear D also we have plus sign as it is, and then multiplied by x for the first row relation, TA by TD. In the third step, add minus y revolutions to all the elements. So we are adding minus y in all the elements. Now we have the total motion, that is addition of row number 2 and row number 3. So for arm we have minus y. For gear A we have minus x minus y. For gear B and C we have x into TA by TB minus y, and for gear D we have x into TA by TD minus y. So these are the relations obtained in the fourth row. Further, we shall substitute the conditions given in the problem in the fourth row of the table to find the unknown parameters. So let us proceed further, and we shall take this fourth row for our reference in the next part of the solution. So here is the fourth row of the table. Now we need to find out speed of arm when A makes 1 revolution clockwise and D makes half revolution anti-clockwise. So in the fourth row we shall substitute these conditions. So the first condition is A makes 1 revolution clockwise. Means what? The value of minus x minus y, which is corresponding to gear A, is equal to 1 revolution clockwise, that is minus 1. So we have minus x minus y equal to minus 1, or we can simplify it as x plus y equal to 1. Let this be our equation number 1. Further, let us consider the second condition, that is D makes half revolution anti-clockwise. So for D we have this relation x into TA divided by TB minus y. So we have x into TA divided by TD minus y equal to half as per the condition given in the problem. Or we can say x into 40 by 90, we substitute the values of TA and TD here, minus y equal to 1 by 2, and when we multiply this 90 and take it to RHS, we have 40x minus 90y equal to 45. Further, when we divide this equation by 40, we have x minus 2.25 into y equal to 1.125. Let this be our equation number 2. So we have two equations now, equation number 1 and equation number 2, and we have two unknowns, x and y. We can get the values of these two unknowns by solving the equation number 1 and 2 simultaneously. So after solving the equations 1 and 2 simultaneously, we have x equal to 1.04 and y equal to minus 0.04. Therefore, when we have the final answer for speed of arm, so speed of arm is minus y as per the fourth row of our table. So substituting the values what we got for y in the fourth row of arm, that is speed of arm equal to minus of y as per this, substituting the value of y as minus 0.04. So the minus sign into minus sign, finally we get the positive sign over here. It comes to be plus 0.04. It means that arm makes 0.04 revolutions and direction will be anti-clockwise when A makes 1 revolution clockwise and D makes half revolution anti-clockwise.